Deep, slow, conscious breath. Still body, cheerful mind. Clear, unattached intellect. This is our gift to God. God has given a gift of body, mind, intellect. What we are doing with our body, mind, intellect is our return gift to Him. So body must be returned with more health. Mind must be returned with more happiness. Intellect must be returned with self-knowledge. That is what God is expecting. A return gift to God. Free of cost we get. None of us know why we took birth, when was our first birth, those who believe in rebirth. So when we get something free of cost, we must return with more care. तेरा तुझको अर्पण. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. गुरुर्तत्त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्.
Hari Om. Thank you, Vidya. So we are doing Jivan Sutrani. Beautiful text by Guruji. In this 66 sutras are given. And till now we have seen 5 chapters. First chapter is take charge of your life. Do not allow anyone to disturb our peace, whether they are our relatives or friends or society people or community people. We must discover our own strengths and perform to our maximum potential, because God gives us certain qualities. Voice, like we can see Vatsalama singing naturally in sur, some people drawing, etc. So we must discover that potential and try to maximize it to performance. We must constantly empower oneself, inspire oneself, not remain sad, depressed, disappointed, and then dejected, and then take some sleeping tablets, and some people go for suicide. We must have a technique to empower oneself. We must find some anchor which inspires us every day. The 4th chapter were on workable tips. So Guruji gave some workable tips, and next chapter, according to me, very, very important chapter, because normally we get happiness from people, or normally there are people in our life, 1 or 2 people who are cause of our misery or sorrow or anger or frustration. So the 5th chapter was harmony in relationships. So that we completed last time. So let us see the summary. Base of all relationship is trust and respect. First lesson. So we must learn to be trustworthy and we must respect people. And that is how the relationships are built. Appreciate people more, trust people's competence and character, give them respect, right from maidservant to the sweeper to great people. Trust and respect others, be trustworthy, earn respect. Do not start relationship with suspicion. This person is like this person is, I have a doubt on this person. Be strict with one's own faults and tender towards others' imperfection. Very, very important sutra. Let us discuss our own faults with other people if we want to discuss. Let us not discuss second person's faults too and go to third person and say that I don't like this about this person. That is the worst case. Talking about third person to second person about third person faults is the worst case scenario from spiritual point of also. Suppose we talk about somebody else's bad karma. They say that half of that bad karma comes to me from spiritual point of view. So it is better to appreciate people, find out some good things about people, and keep spreading that even if behind their back also. In front of them, suppose we are not able to do, at least behind the back, we must not criticize people. If this, even one sadhana of this type is taken, that also can make a great transformation in us. That from today, I will not talk to third person, to second person about third person, anything, any fault of that person, any imperfection of that person, because God has created everything imperfect. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, all 3 gunas has created the universe, and all 3 are imperfect. We have to go beyond Sattva. So one sadhana also can take us to great heights of spirituality, that I will not discuss from today any faults of anybody. There is always some goodness in that particular person, so God has created that person. And everyone are God's children. He will get angry if I criticize somebody. Father will become happy, mother will become happy if I appreciate his children. And that is the truth, because when our children are appreciated, children come first, parents become more happy than children. If there is love, rules and regulations not required. So this one art we must learn in life, that how to love. Gurudev says that people are those people who are miserable in life, those who have never fallen in love. What do I love? Whom do I love? One of the most easiest thing to love is God, because God doesn't say anything. And who knows how much we love? Whether God loves us, how do we know? Loving God and disrespecting and criticizing people is not the way for spiritual student. जो दिखता है उसकी निंदा करते हो, और जो दिखता नहीं है उसकी पूजा करते हो. कबीर says, जो सामने दिख रहा है उसकी निंदा कर रहे हो, और जो जिसको कभी देखा नहीं उसकी पूजा कर रहे हो. ये तो कोई साधक का लक्षण नहीं हुआ. He writes in his various dohas. So first give love and then put rules and regulations on relationships, on family. And we must have one principle, that if I have not done anything towards another person, we have no right to advise, suggest, or criticize that person, that society, that country. Politicians should do like this, India should do like that, this person should do like that, Chinmay Mission should do like that. People are very good advisors, but one question I must ask, that do I have the right to suggest? Do I have a right to criticize? Do I have a right to say anything if I have done only 1% and only 1% suggestion or criticism? So first give love. And especially for spiritual sadhak, this is, according to me, very, very important lesson, because Guruji says that people who get jnanam, they try to give jnanam to other people. Don't give jnanam. First of all, try to give premam. Jnanam must get translated into premam. In its absence also, they are not needed, as they will not work. Rules, regulations do not work where there is no love. Important sutra. And we must learn slowly how to express love, because expressing love is the most difficult thing in life. We are all actually suppressed of expression, and love actually enhances with expression. No, but I love you, but I cannot say it. I love you, but I cannot show it. But then what is the point of that love? Love and respect are the two pillars of any relationship. We saw worldly and spiritual relationships. Spiritual relationships are forever. One should look upon people as one's own self, but do not consider them like to be oneself. Do not impose on others one's own ideas of joys and sorrow. Give people freedom and space. In the last session, I hope all of you have read, and once we must read at least twice, thrice what the summary Bobby and Vidya, whoever has made, because after a lot of thought, that kind of clarity we have got, that what is the purpose of marriage, what is the purpose of earning money, and what is the purpose of life. To become clear on these three things is very important. So we have to again and again reread what it has been written there, and if any questions are there, we have to clarify, because once the purpose is clearer, then it is very easy to act on that purpose, because even if we get diverted, distracted, then we can ask that question and come back. So what is the purpose I got married? Whether all my actions are on that purpose. Suppose I didn't know that time, but now my actions are on that purpose of earning money. Or in marriage, what is the purpose? Primary, secondary, tertiary. And what is the purpose of life, and whether these three things are in congruence. That is the key. My goal is to become healthy. That is a long-term goal. But today what I'm eating, immediate goal, that must be in congruence with the long-term goal. What I am doing now must be in congruence with the short-term goal, and that must be in congruence with the long-term goal. Suppose my long-term goal, and that must be and is the goal from all Vedanta point of view, is Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata. That is the final two words coming after reading all scriptures which are available, all Pramana Grantha, all Prakaran Grantha. Once we read, understand, only two words are common denominator. Finally, it boils down to Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata. Chitta Shuddhi means Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. And Chitta Ekagrata means complete dispassion, Vivek, and then the mind gets concentrated and then it gets transcended to absolute bliss and joy and peace. So after this chapter, Guruji has taken another topic, that how to relate to things. Harmony in relationships and harmony in relationship with things also. So relating with things is the chapter number 6. So I would request Vidya to read the first two verses because they go together, and then we will see what this chapter sutras are there and how we can use them. Yeah, Vidya.
Verse number 1. Jadapadarthebhyaschetana praninas shreshtataraha. Jadapadarthebhyaschetana praninas shreshtataraha. Verse 2. Tasmat jadapadarthanam krite pranino na vinashayitavyaha. Tasmat jadapadarthanam krite pranino na vinashayitavyaha.
Very nice. These are not verses are not very easy to read. So Jada Padartha means inert objects. So when we say that how to deal with people, now Guruji has taken another important thing, how to deal with world. So what is the world comprises of? World comprises of mineral world, that means all the mineral world will make up of all the stone, mud, mountains, everything, earth, mineral world, that is called as a mineral world. Second world, what we are dealing with is a plant world, all the plants, trees. Third world is animal, birds, insects world. Huge numbers are there. And then is a human world. Very interestingly, we must be humble and all the time remember that if people say, no, all these three worlds are not important, human world is very important. Actually, from God's perspective, if human beings disappear from this planet, there will be prosperity in mineral world, plant world, animal, birds, insect world. But if one insect or one animal or some plants disappear from this planet, the planet will collapse. If earthworm disappear from this planet, there will not be any food after 50 years or 25 years. So we have got mineral world, plant world, animal world, human world. 4 worlds are there. And we have to deal with this. So human world we have already seen. Now we will see the other 3, but basically in that also mineral world, how to deal with things. Now you might say, okay, what is a topic in Vedanta? But then Guruji has taken up this topic and given a chapter. That means that it is so important because every day he brings about one topic which is extremely important, values and valuables. So we will see how this topic is related to so many values which are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita in our scriptures. And then with those values, we have to deal with valuables. So Jada Padarthana means inert objects. So inert objects cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. Can be created and can be destroyed. Living beings cannot be created by us but can be destroyed. Once Buddha was walking in a jungle, and we all know the story of Angulimal. So Angulimal was there in that jungle and he had killed 999 people and he was having a mala of angulis. What is interesting part of the story is that he used to kill the person, take all the wealth and cut the anguli, one finger, and keep and make a garland of that anguli. And then he was roaming around and there was huge fear among people. So people had warned him that don't go through that way. But he was Buddha. So he went, and so Angulimal was there and he came in front of me. So there was no expression change on Buddha's face. He was calm, composed, stood still. That was first instant itself. He was surprised because people used to just look here and there and walk because they were aware that Angulimal is around. And the moment he used to come in front of them, he used to start running. And he used to carry, weapons. So Angulimal asked him, do you know who I am? He told, yeah. Please tell me. He told, I am Angulimal and I have killed 999 people and now you are the 1001. I am so happy that you have come. Okay, so what is your greatness? Buddha asked him. He told, I kill people and I cut their finger and then I put it here. That is my greatness. So Buddha told that I am not impressed with your greatness. Then Angulimal was dealing with the Mahatma first time in his life. What do you think? Don't you think that you're not scared of me? No, I am not scared of you. Not at all. Get great. You are a very ordinary person. He told, what do you mean? Who is a great person? He told, you can kill people and remove their anguli finger and then make a mala. That is no greatness. But can you join that anguli back to the dead person? Then I will consider you as a great person. And then he understood. Angulimal became one of the greatest shishyas of Buddha because he surrendered. He realized that killing people is very easy. Giving them life is the most difficult one. And then the same Angulimal, when he became a shishya, he was given the robes, he shaved off, and they had to go for asking bhiksha in villages. In Chinmaya Mission, Gurudev went world over and got bhiksha for us. But actually the parampara is that Shishyas has to go out and get the bhiksha for the Guru. And then Guru will mix everything, divide everything, and then one portion, small portion, he will take, he will eat first, and then all Shishyas will eat. So when Angulimal went, people threw stones on him, and they made him injured, but not even one word came out of his mouth. And then they realized what transformation Buddha can bring about in such a horrible person who has killed 999 people. So at least we can pray to God that at least we don't know how many people we have killed by our words. Because actually killing by words is more higher criminal offense than killing somebody physically. Maybe we would have killed somebody's inspiration, somebody's idea, somebody's morale, somebody's self-esteem by words. And that those words remain for generations because killing physically is only one time. They say that cheetah ek baar jalati hai, chinta bar bar jalati hai. So words also kill us many, many times. Suppose somebody has said something to us, insulting, again and again people remember, this person said this, you said like that, you said like that, this person said like that. So living beings cannot be created by us but can be destroyed. And then Angulimal came back and Buddha said that he is transformed because from such a violent, agitated, ignorant person became so wise. Guruji also gives one story. One gunner came and asked him and put the gun. This happens in Washington. This happens in late night in Baltimore, where, if you walk at 7:30 or suppose you walk in Bihar at 9:30, 10. So one gunner asked put the gun. I don't know, what is this gun? Okay, are you giving money or shall I take your life? Money or life? The person still take my life because without money, there is no life. That is a joke. Money or life? When we have to suppose, just imagine that somebody asks whether money or life, will say, take money. But this person tells, if you take money, I will not live. So better you take my life. So scientists cannot make a cell. They can create a clone. And today, and after maybe 50, 100, 200, 300 years, they say that things are going to change completely. There will be computer chips on our eyelids as lenses. There will be chips inside our wrist, where lot of professions are going to go out of the world because exams and all will be different. Because the moment I think about geography will come. The entire Google will come in my brain because the chip is inside. And the chip will be in the wrist because it will monitor everything. With no pathology laboratory, X-ray, all is going to go back because the chip will constantly monitor the blood pressure, blood, this, that, and then everything will be seen. So they say computer chips are going to become like dirt, throwaway things. And the next renovation is going to happen in artificial intelligence. That is where it will go. But however intelligent we create artificially, but it cannot create another life. So now we come to this topic that inner objects have their own importance, but not more than life. Now you might say this is a very simple thing, but no, like we are so engrossed in creating inert objects and collecting inert objects and having so many objects and having so many things which do not have life, and we take care of them so much, but we do not take care of people's emotions. We do not take care of people's happiness. There are people who will, if you go to their home, before we go, then there will be a lot of cleanliness. After we go, then entire house will be cleaned by Dettol. And it sounds a little odd that the moment you go and they're waiting that after you go, object is more important than people. There is that story, that I think I have written down, very emotional story, that one father or a person, he saw that his small 5-year boy was scratching on his new BMW, which had got earlier night. Next day morning when he was going to office, his 5-year old boy was doing scratching. He was scratching on his new brand BMW or the best car. And that father whacked him left, right, center, and the boy started crying. And what are you doing? And then after some time, when he saw what he was scratching on the car, he had written, I love you on the car. So, dowry or bride, wealth or war, scratch on the car or scratch on the mind, what is more important? One is inert, one is with life. So Guruji brings about a very important topic, that what are we valuing more, inert object or people's life? Because most wars happens for inert objects, that I want this part of the earth, I want this much of wealth, I want this geographical territory. For that, I will kill people. So scratch on the car, scratch on the furniture, scratch on the mobile phone is more important, or scratches what we are putting on other people's mind? That is more important. Guruji says here that inert objects have their own importance. But whenever we have a choice, then we must give more importance to life than inert objects. Relationship versus objects, what is more important? Verse number 1. Living beings are greater than inner objects. So now introduction is over. First sutra, what Guruji gives here based on how to deal with things. Living beings are greater than inert objects. So whenever we have a choice after today, or we are doing also, then we must give more importance to whichever has more life. What are things? Money, property, car, mobile phone, home appliances, cement, glass. You can add on one or two names, but this covers the entire gamut of things. So much care we take of our mobile phone. Suppose 50% of that care we show when we are dealing with people and relationships. I think job will be very easy. Use things. Love people. Some people do exactly opposite. Love things, use people for their work. Verse 2. Therefore, the living being should not be destroyed. I forgot the for. So when there is a choice, now we are going to a very important and valuables. So Guruji started the introduction, values and valuables. More important is values and less important is valuables. Using things properly is very important. Use, share, and throw the things away. We must not get attached to inert things. Those are for our use. And suppose we use after some time, then we must give it away. Clutter. We must not keep a lot of emotional attachment towards inert object. If that can be utilized by another human being, we must give it away. So use, share, and sometimes we must throw away. Some people keep on, suppose we go to their house or somewhere, they have so many things which are there for maybe 15 years, 20 years. The only thing what has been done is that we have to only remove the dust on that, because these things attract a lot of dust. So after we enjoy seeing and enjoying those objects, we must start giving up. So use things properly. The motto is use, share, throw away. We must not get attached to things, and love and respect people, create and enjoy harmony. Do not use them for our benefit and throw the people away once the benefit is over. Once the utility value of the person is over, we should not throw away. Now this sounds very gross and crude, but suppose we step out of our house and see, there are so many old people are thrown away, not taken care of, because utility value is over. And Adi Shankaracharya has mentioned in Bhoja Govindam, we have to remind it again and again, when the health goes, when the success goes, when the money goes, when the beauty goes, and when the utility values goes, so we must not say that it is bad, but that is how the life operates. If I have health, if I have wealth, if I have knowledge, if I am having some money, if I am having some power and fame, people will come. When this starts going away, whoever I may be, people will slowly stop coming, stop inquiring, stop loving, because that is a rule. So the rule given by Guruji here is that use things properly, use, share and throw. That is the importance. How much value we must give to what person, which person, and what the things is the vivek we must develop. So verse 3.
Verse 3. मूल्यवत् पदार्थेभ्यो जीवन मूल्यानि श्रेष्ठतराणि. मूल्यवत् पदार्थेभ्यो जीवनमूल्यानि श्रेष्ठतराणि.
The values of life are greater than valuable goods. That is the truth. So now we have a choice. Before we complete today's session, in my left hand, there is value, and in my right hand, there is iPhone. And suppose one thing I have to give it away, what will I give it away? People say, don't say iPhone, you say some old phone. iPhone is more valuable, no? But when the question comes of values over valuables, then I have to decide what is more valuable. Strive to become first a good human being, then on the valuables by noble means. So we will just complete today's session by, if you have read the book of Sachin Tendulkar, has written a biography. Very interesting it is, and definitely those people who say, who have worked with him, who have played with him, they say he is God. It is true actually, because he is a Vibhuti. There is no doubt that he is a unique Vibhuti in life. We will not see another Sachin Tendulkar for long, not because of his batting skills, but because of his overall character, overall values, what he followed in life. So in the book, he has written that my father used to say that I will be more happy if people call me father of a good person than father of a great cricketer. And that is written. And then later on also, there are some stories of him. He says that my father never told me anything to do or gave me instructions or advices. My father never taught me anything. Number one statement. And the second statement it says, but maximum things I have learned from my father. So people ask me that how to deal in pressure situations. My father never told me how to deal with patience and calmness, but I saw him and then I learned from him. So important statement is that my father never taught me anything, but I learned most thing by observing him. What values he followed? Those who follow little cricket, because cricket is our, what we call religion. So I've taken that example. After, when he was retiring, I think if you get that video, maybe you can see again and again, but it's very emotional. I've stopped seeing that because, emotions come till here, then throat gets choked. We should see the last speech of Sachin and then how he prostrated the 22 yards. And then we realized that those 22 yards was God for him. So he is a karma yogi. Work is worship is, only in books, but he told that whenever I has to go on that 22 yards, that is a pitch, that is God for him, he was telling. And this is very important because those who follow cricket, we know that in England, there was a match between England and India. And then when England won that match, that night, test match, 3 players, I don't want to say their names, 3 players went on the pitch and pissed in to enjoy, to celebrate. So that is what is their value. But here Sachin's value is that the pitch is God on which he is running. And there are many, many stories of his observations, what the kind of the bowler he used to see, the ball in the hand, how he used to see. People say like Sehwag, who batted with him, that he used to see the ball, how the bowler is holding the ball, how the ball is getting delivered, and he used to be able to make out a lot of things. Because when a person loves something so much, one forgets everything. And that is his value. One small story will take. Sri Rama was considered as ideal enemy by Sri Ravana. Why Sri Ravana? Because he respected Ravana, so we also cannot say Ravana. He had only one fault, Ravana, that is arrogance. Otherwise, all the stories are very nice. So, on the penultimate day, second last day of Ravan, Ram told him that now you are tired. He would have killed him that day. Now you are tired. I think you have fought quite a bit. I know that, all your relatives and your children all are gone and you're mentally exhausted, you go home, you take a good night's sleep, eat properly, come back tomorrow. Because in Rama Yuga, you cannot kill another person without, inviting him or without giving him intimation. And so Ravana was sent back, and then next day he came, and next day Sri Ram killed him. In Ramayana it is written, in Valmiki Ramayana is very different than Tulsi Ramayana. In Valmiki Ramayana, Ram is considered as a human being. So there are a lot of interesting things in Valmiki Ramayana. In Tulsi Ramayana, Sri Ram is considered as an avatar. So that bhakti is there. But in Valmiki Ramayana, there are many dialogues or many cases are mentioned where Ram's reactions are like a human being. When Bharat came to, first time in the forest, Ram also doubted him. It's like a human being that he is coming to fight. So we'll complete with that. Who do I want to become? A person of values or valuables, or both or neither? That is a question. Whether after we are completing our journey, whether people should call us that this person had lot of valuables around him and he achieved them and gained them and had it, or this person is having lot of values. So Guruji brings about a very important topic, values, not versus valuables, but values and valuables. So as we know, 4th February, please mark in your calendar, please come, please start talking to people, please start inviting people, get at least 10-20 people along with you. They will be very happy and they will say that it was an excellent talk because the topic itself is very nice. Know yourself and shape your destiny. Not a very spiritual topic, so we can invite anyone. And that would be their journey in spirituality where they will say, okay, I want to know more. Who knows? That is God's, grace and God's plan that when the person's quest reaches a particular point, the person reaches the right teacher, tutor, or the class or wherever. Those who want to give donations, please give. You can become Yajman. Manisha will send it again. We are collecting funds. And these all funds are going to go to Vishwavidyapit. So everyone is working towards only one cause, which is the highest noble cause. So this is an opportunity. Please come forward. Those who want to do some work in fine arts and not so keen on attending but serving, you let us know. We want more volunteers to invite people, make them say, give pamphlets, etc. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.